Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Gothenburg Health Podcast. I am Andrew Knust, and I am joined today by our award-winning team from Senior Life Solutions. Today we are going to talk about suicide awareness and prevention. The month of September is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, so that's why we are talking about this today. And so I'll let the team introduce themselves and introduce a little bit about what Senior Life Solutions is here at the hospital.
Okay, so I'm Timmery. I'm the office patient coordinator at Senior Life Solutions. I do all the scheduling and extra projects and things like that, like this month.
Hi, I'm Jamie Sloniker. I'm the program therapist, and I'm the one that does all of the group therapies and individual therapies with our patients.
Hi, I'm Ashley Chamberlain. I'm a registered nurse and I'm the program director. I oversee the program and I help give nursing help. So Gothenburg Health Senior Life Solutions is a mental wellness program designed to meet the unique needs of individuals who are typically 65 years old and older, experience depression and or anxiety related to life changes that often are associated with the aging process.
Welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. What exactly was the award that you guys won last year?
So we won Program of the Year for all of the community connections and just how we have spread mental health awareness to the community and surrounding communities.
Yeah, that's great. And thank you guys so much. You guys take really great care of our patients, and so I appreciate that. We definitely want to talk about a difficult topic today because it's important, because we care about people, and because ultimately we want to bring more awareness and prevention to this area. Suicide, difficult topic to talk about, sensitive topic, but very important, something that a lot of people have, experienced the negative aspects of suicide, whether it's in their own lives or as it affects those around us. So we're going to cover a few questions here that we're going to answer. And so we will start with, how can communities from schools to workplaces create safety plans and supportive environments around this topic?
That's a great question. So when we are talking about this, I've come up with like 10 helpful hints or tips to help really get that awareness out, to give supportive channels for our communities. So the first one we have is educate yourself. Start by understanding the signs and symptoms of suicide and the risk factors. Also, being informed helps us recognize when someone might be struggling and empower you to offer appropriate supports. So that first one, educate yourself. Second, be a good listener. Individuals in distress just need someone to talk to. Be active, be an empathetic listener without judgment. Allow them to express their feelings and thoughts without interruptions. They just want to be listened to. The third one is we need to really break that negative stigma. Promote open conversations about mental health. Stigma can prevent people from seeking help when they need it the most. By talking openly about mental health and sharing your own experiences, you can create a safe place for others to really open up about their experiences. Number 4, stay connected with people. Maintaining strong social connections is crucial for mental wellness. Reaching out to friends and loved ones regularly, especially if you notice any changes in their mood and behaviors, is very important as well. Number 5, recognize the warning signs. Educate yourself with that. Familiarize yourself with the warning signs of suicide. These signs may show up differently in individuals, but there are usually some recognizable patterns. Some of those examples might be expressing hopelessness, withdrawing from social activities, any reckless behaviors, giving away possessions or prized possessions, or just a few of them. Number 6 is going to be offer support. If you believe someone is struggling, express your concern and offer support. Let them know you care about them and their overall well-being, and be there to listen without any judgment. Then number 7, I would say encourage professional help. While your support is valuable, it is important to encourage professional help as well, because they can address any severe distress and any suicidal thoughts and ideations that they may have. Then number 8 would be create a safety plan with them. Work together with the person at risk to create a safety plan. This might include emergency contact information, coping strategies, and steps to take if they're experiencing a crisis. Then number 9 would be spread awareness. Participate in your suicide prevention campaigns and initiatives in your community and nationally. Use your voice to raise awareness about available resources and support helplines and mental health services in our community. Number 10 would be take care of your own self. That's a big one as well. Supporting others can be emotionally demanding. Remember to prioritize your own mental wellness and seek support if you're feeling overwhelmed. Taking care of yourself enables you to provide better support for those in need. Suicide awareness and prevention requires a collective effort from our whole community and society. And by educating ourselves, encouraging honest communication, and offering support, we can create a more compassionate and understanding society. So that would be my 10 helpful tips to really help with suicide prevention and awareness.
Yeah, thank you for that. Next, I want to address misconceptions. What common misconceptions about suicide would we like to address here today?
Oh, there's some common myths that I'd like to go over. The first myth would be children don't experience mental health issues. In fact, even young children may show early warning signs of mental concerns. About half of all mental health disorders show first signs before a person turns 14 years. And 3/4 of mental health disorders begin before the age of 24. Unfortunately, about half of those children and adolescents with diagnosable mental health conditions receive treatment they need. Early mental health support can help a child before it interferes with other developmental needs they have. Another myth would be suicides happen suddenly without any warnings. This isn't true. There are normally warning signs first. A few may be the person may become more aggressive or easily irritable, impulsive or reckless behaviors, dramatic mood swings, changes in sleep or energy habits, withdrawing from friends, families, social events. The next myth would be people who die by suicide are selfish and want to take the easy way out. That's not true. The fact is, typically people do not want to die by suicide. They do want to live. People die by suicide because they want to end the suffering. These individuals are suffering so deeply they feel helpless and hopeless. Individuals who experience suicidal ideations don't do this by choice. They are not simply thinking of themselves, but rather what they are going through is very serious, and they might be having serious mental health symptoms along with these difficult life situations. And then the last myth would be talking about suicide will encourage suicide. That is a complete myth. The fact is, there is a widespread stigma associated with suicide, and as a result, many people are afraid to speak about it or even use the word suicide. Talking about suicide not only reduces the stigma, but it also allows individuals to seek help, rethink their opinions, and share their stories with others. We all need to talk about suicide. Debunking these common myths about suicide can hopefully allow individuals to look at suicide from a different angle. One of these are understanding and compassion for the individual who is struggling internally. Maybe they are struggling with mental health, or maybe they're under extreme pressure and do not have healthy coping mechanisms or a strong support system. As a society, we really should not be afraid to speak up about suicide, to speak up about mental illness, or to seek treatment for an individual who is in need. Eliminating that stigma starts with understanding why suicide occurs and advocating for mental health awareness within our communities. There are suicide hotlines, mental health support groups, online community resources, and many mental health professionals who can help any individual who may be struggling with unhealthy thoughts or emotions.
Thank you, Ashley. You touched on hope. Hope is a powerful emotion. The loss of hope is a dangerous thing and a fragile thing mentally. Mm-hmm. So sticking with hope, Timmery, what offers the most hope with suicide prevention, and how can we use language around suicide in a more compassionate way?
Right. So words are very powerful, and the language we use matters when discussing issues of suicide. Language reflects our attitudes and influences our attitudes and the attitudes of others. The language we choose is an indicator of social injustice and has the power to shape our ideas and feelings. Using suicide as a noun to describe a person is considered dehumanizing. When we identify a person solely by their mental illness, we diminish that individual's wholeness. Instead, we need to define a person by their life, not the manner of death, and say they were a person who died of suicide. They also loved to play golf, brew beer, climb mountains, etc. So let's put people first and focus on their resilience. Instead of saying a suicide attempter, we can say they are a person who has lived through a suicide attempt. And so there's like kind of a litmus test for talking about suicide. You would substitute the word suicide for cancer. And then see if that sentence still makes sense or if it has a negative connotation. We wouldn't say a person committed cancer or successful cancer. We would simply say a cancer death or a person died of cancer. So when it comes to suicide, we should say things like suicide death or died of suicide.
Thank you, guys. Sticking with that theme that words matter, I'd like to end with a quote. You are enough just as you are, and every moment you choose to keep going is a victory. There is a light within you that no darkness can extinguish, and help is always there when you reach for it. I guess that concludes our podcast here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.